What's up, everyone? This is Shemaine from The Unstoppable Entrepreneur. Today, I want to talk to you about entrepreneurial overwhelm. Now, if this is you, this message is really going to help you get started on the right track and start crushing that overwhelm. First of all, I want to tell you that I have absolutely been in this place. I have been an entrepreneur who has felt so overwhelmed with the task at hand, with all the projects, with all that incoming information, the advice, the tips, the books to read, the reels that have valuable information. What happens, especially if you're a solopreneur, is you have a lot of incoming noise coming in. And here's the deal. Not all that noise is bad. It's not like the information we're trying to consume is bad information. It's just that our brain does not have the capacity to manage so much information at once. The reason why you have to deal with being in a state of overwhelm is because it stifles your creativity, it stifles your productivity, and it keeps you from moving forward in your business. Why? Because all that noise that you are dealing with in your mind is almost overburdening your internal database. You know, just like a computer, it's like getting overloaded, not enough memory, not enough RAM. And so we start shutting down. And so we will find that we can't finish tasks because we are constantly getting distracted with all this other information that's coming in. And our brain is so overloaded with the previous information that it's just really hard to get off on a good start of the day. You might feel a sense of anxiety and frustration and find that you're really not making progress in your business. So I want to help you tackle that today. I have created a system called the Triple S system. What it stands for is save, sort, strategize. Now, sounds super simple. It is very helpful. It has been transformative to me, and I want to explain today how I use the save portion of this framework. So this is what I do. I have decided that when you go about your day, and especially in moments when you're trying to stay focused, you will find information coming in, right? But our tendency is to stop what we're doing and take a look at that information. And then sometimes we dive deep into that information and end up going on a whole rabbit trail. You can relate to this, I'm sure, this rabbit trail of learning and digging deep into that information, except the problem is it's not the right time. We're not digesting it and consuming it in the proper way, so it kind of leaves things undone there. But also, we were supposed to be working on something else. We have other projects that our time needs to be allocated for to finish, and we are now getting distracted. Perhaps that new information that you are getting your brain to start thinking of a new project that you might want to start. I'm sure you can relate to this. I have been here many times. All of a sudden, now you've started something new and you've kind of left that other stuff behind. And I'm just telling you that is not a good productive system to have. So what I want you to do is have a place where you can dump your information, where you can store this information that you can circle back around to at another time. Because it's not always the right time to be looking at it. So this is what I do. I have found that Google Keep is a fantastic resource to use as a place to dump my information. There's 3 criteria that I look for when I choose something that I want to use. First of all, do they have an app for it? Second of all, is there a browser extension for it that integrates with the app and everything is stored in one place? And then number 3, is it easy to use? Google Keep meets all these criteria. And because I use a lot of Google products, it just integrates well with all of that. Now, you don't have to use Google Keep. You could use something else, but that is one thing that I would recommend for you to give a try and see. But you may find that you have something else that you might like more. Now, here's what I do. Here's what I love about Google Keep. Whether an idea pops in my mind, whether I'm talking to a friend and they give me a great book recommendation, whether I'm looking at a reel that has some great information, or maybe I want to remix it, I can actually on my phone click the share button and it will pop up a series of places I can send that information, and Google Keep will pop up. I can click Google Keep and then I can give it a title, for example, remix, or I can give it a title like book list, right? Something to just give me a hint of what this resource is about, like to quickly remind me. And then I just click save and I am done. Okay, that is it. Now I have this sense of security in me. Now I have this sense of security in me that this information is safely, and it gives me a sense of reassurance that, okay, I don't have to look at it right now, but I don't have to look at it right now, and I can look at it at the appropriate time. And that reassurance is really important, because I think a lot of times we have this FOMO, this fear of missing out, like we have to read it, learn it right now. And, that's just a distraction. Now, so every day I will have a series of information, because I'm always learning, I'm always consuming. So I have a series of information I've stored in Google Keep. So now what do? Well, every morning I have a routine. Part of my routine is to get organized before I actually begin my work. And so I implement the Triple S system. And so I explained to you that the first part of the system was to save. The second part of the system is to sort. And so at that point, I will open up my Google Keep and I will go through it and actually designate it to the right place. Okay, I will give those things a home. If it is a resource like a book I need to read, I will put it in a resource category. If it is a calendar reminder or a meeting or a task that I need to do, I will put it in my calendar as a task or a calendar event. If it is a reel, then I will put it under resources under a page I call remixes. If it's something that I would like to learn, I may put it under under my project section as something that I want to learn later, right? So that's a whole other strategy that I talk about in my workshop. I do a workshop called the 4-Hour Workday Workshop that helps you learn how to get all your work done in a 4-hour time period, staying super organized and focused. And I will drop a link to that workshop and you can join the wait list for it. I would love to have you. I think it's going to blow your mind, all the content you're going to learn, and you're going to be able to work with so much clarity and focus after you're done with this workshop. But in either case, Google Keep or some place to store this information as you go about your day is key. Then sorting that information later into the appropriate places. I use the PARA system to do that. And from there, you can turn around and create a designated time to go and learn certain information, to dig deep in certain information. And here's my advice to you. If that information is not meant to be learned during this season of your entrepreneurship journey, just put it into a place where you can remember to learn it later, categorize it appropriately. Or here's something that I do. I create an hour every day in my morning for learning. And I would put something that I would really like to learn sooner than later under a learning category. And when it's time for my 1 hour of learning, I would go through and learn the content I've sorted and added there. And so now I'm getting around to it and I know where to find it, and it is enriching me, it's helping me, but it's doing it at the right time, because this is the other part of it. A lot of times we skim over things at the wrong time. We're learning information at the wrong time, but we're not prepared to take notes, to really dig in deep, to rephrase things, to understand them at a deeper level, because we're kind of on the go. We're not doing it in the right state of mind, in the right place. And so when you designate a time to learn, then you are all in. You've got your notepad out or your Google Docs or whatever it is you're using, and you are being very intentional about the learning process, and you're just going all in. You're ready to take notes, and you are ready to really dig deep into that information and kind of get it really understood and stored into your memory. And I think that's very important. And that's another reason why we don't want to just get distracted with things, because we want to be very intentional about when we sit down and learn things. So I hope that helps you. Comment below if you have a system that you use to stay organized and stay focused, or if you feel like this tip helped you, just let me know in the comments. Talk to you guys soon. Bye.